Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another round of World Talks here on TVP World. We're talking about Andrzej Poczobut. Can he be released? Will he be released? How much will that cost? And is it possible? Well, to explore this issue, I'm proud to welcome here in the studio Dmitry Balkunets from Belsat TV. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a lot of discussion continuing around Andrzej Poczobut, and I'd like to ask you, in this recent prisoner exchange, we have two Russians that were released in that exchange, Ilya Yashin and Andrei Pivovarov. Now, they've said that they were upset, first of all, that they were exchanged, and second of all, they've said that they want to return to Russia. That's where they belong. So how did the West, or even Poland, get this so wrong in this recent prisoner exchange? Why were they traded instead of Poczobut, or someone like Ales Białacki? Poland gave up a spy that it had captured at the beginning of the war in exchange for nothing. So is this Poland's fault? Did Poland do the right thing by releasing this spy? I mean, I've got tons of questions for you.
You're right. I think it's not probably a problem of Poland. It's probably a problem of Chancellor Scholz of Germany and US, because their main role play in this game between Russia and West. Probably it's game between the US and Russia, firstly. And this man who was in this change game, they're more probably important for Germany, because my view, if also one person was from Germany's citizen was in prison in Belarus, I believe that Chancellor Scholz must be asked Putin to release, for example, Maria Kolesnikova or like Sergei Tikhanovsky or Białacki or Andrzej Poczobut or someone else, because for Putin it was very important to release his agent Krasikov. Yeah. So I think it's a game in past. I think now it's only one way how to release all political prisoners in few days. Once again, to stop all communication between Belarus and the Euro Union for all cargo, for trains and for trucks, not for people, only for cargo, for freights. I think it's only one way, and in few days all political prisoners will be released, because Lukashenko is dependent from this traffic, because it's also China transit, Russia transit, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Armenia, blah, blah, blah. And Belarus is now very important country for this traffic. It's not so important for Poland and for Euro Union. It's very important for Lukashenko. This is money for him, for his family, firstly. That is why I once again appeal to Polish government, to Prime Minister, to Minister of Foreign Affairs, Radosław Sikorski, please, just not wait, because Lukashenko received many messages from Nobel Prize laureates. They ask him just show his mercy, etc. But if he's not understand, okay, stop traffic, stop communication, stop movement between countries for cargo. And Andrzej Poczobut will be released, because Lukashenko now using Andrzej Poczobut and other political prisoners. Just probably he thinking that somebody from the West will call him to Lukashenko and just recognize him as a president. It's never will be.
Well, I know the Belarusian opposition for quite some time has been pressing Polish President Andrzej Duda and, of course, the government in charge now to do something about this, about the transit of goods and to close the borders. There's also been a quite significant backlash, or questions asked at Radosław Sikorski, the foreign minister. He said, "We will open the border when Poczobut is released." What do you think he means by this? Since the border, is essentially open still to commercial traffic.
Well, it's
is this a fair exchange?
Yes. It's true. I think it's very important. but in a situation, what happened now, I think firstly must be release political prisoners, and second step must be probably open another checkpoint on the border Poland-Belarus for cargo, because I was 1 month ago on action on the border in Kukuriki, Kozlovice, and we with our Belarusian colleagues, we temporarily organized this meeting to close the border for trucks. And when we visit this place, we analyzing what happened on the border, and some drivers, they waiting 5-10 days just move to another side. It's stupid, because I believe it's must be more easy communication also for goods, because we understand that transit and trade between countries continue, but why drivers must be waiting for 5-10 days? It's Lukashenko organizes a situation due to migration crisis, due to a situation with political prisoners. So, firstly, if Lukashenko will release political prisoners, if he stop migration crisis, I believe that step from Poland must be also open second checkpoint, Bobrovniki probably. And my view, it's very important to open and organize more and more convenient measures for citizens, because just Polish and Belarusian citizens must be moving between borders without any strong measures, because now they suffered from the situation what happened in this region due to war, due to some sanctions measures. I believe that Polish government and Euro Union must be make more comfortable measures for Belarusians. For example, visa, because you know how many visa cost for Belarusians in Belarus? 300 euro. Because they pay money for some another companies who help them receive visa. It's stupid, because so policy they help Lukashenko, because he is a late country. And Lukashenko, what he organized a few weeks ago, he created possibility for citizens from Euro Union, and he gave them free visa regime, because he wanted money. Because he waiting, Lukashenko and his government waiting that citizens from Euro Union go to Belarus and pay money, just buy something, etc. But another way, Lithuania and Latvia close border for Belarusian citizens who moving using own car. It's stupid idea. It's real. It's iron curtain.
So kind of like a ban on the license plates, right? So no more Belarusian license plates coming into those countries. Well, they did that to Russian cars. So in your opinion, you think that the Belarusian civilians society is being punished more by the current sanctions regime or the current obstacles in place than the actual Lukashenko regime, which is responsible for all this?
Yes, sanctions must be only against regime Lukashenko and his family, because it's very important to divide Belarusian society and regime Lukashenko. Another way, the opinion in Belarus society will be increased to pro-Russians and pro-Lukashenko. Not probably pro-Lukashenko, probably pro-Kremlin, because Putin gave Lukashenko money, resources. And another way, if Euro Union will organize so iron curtain, okay, it will be change opinion in eyes of Belarusians that Euro Union will be not so polite union. So I think also very important to pay more attention for education in Belarus, for students, pay money for probably scholarships for students, exchanges, etc. It's very important, and also help media resources. because it's very, very important. Belsat, bloggers, independent media, etc. And it's very, very important because now Belarusians in total depend from Russian media resources. And now a lot of journalists now they're in abroad, and a lot of journalists also in prison. I said how to release political prisoners, all journalists, all citizens who are in prison is possible. And probably it's very important from the West, from Poland, to send Lukashenko a message, okay, if you are not waiting, if you are not decide that this political prisoners must be staying in Belarus, please organize and help him for Lukashenko to evacuate these persons to Euro-Union. Political prisoners. I think it's also will be a good way, because probably Lukashenko afraid that political prisoners will be staying in Belarus, and for him it's not comfortable.
Yeah, well, it seems like a little bit more pressure on the regime will help Lukashenko make some better decisions, but without it, it's not going to happen. Well, Dmitry Balkunets, political expert, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you. And that concludes this edition of World Talks. Thank you for joining us, and stay with us for more here on TVP World.